All right, hello there, friends. It's Jimmie Maverick. Hey, we're going to do another live best ball draft. We're going to continue to work on our strategy and also look at the players. You know, there were some big events that happened this past week with both Rashee Rice and Stefon Diggs. How does that impact the other players? How is that impacting the draft board? Got to say, not much movement, but we'll go over that during the draft. And otherwise, hey, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. We're doing drafts all off season long. We're going to give you guys up-to-the-date information across multiple formats. We're mostly doing best ball right now. So anyway, stay tuned. We're going to get it started, and I'll be right back. All right, so while we're waiting for this draft to start, waiting for two more people to come on here, let's just go over where these players have moved to as a result of the incident with Rashee Rice, which has pushed him down to 35th. He's been pushed down basically a full round from where he was before. He's still ahead of Travis Kelce, though I still consider him expensive. Not really interested in him. But as far as the whole thing around Stefon Diggs, Diggs has moved up to pick 22, so he's moved up to the second round. He was in the third round. Nico Collins has fallen just a few points. He was maybe about half a round is what he's fallen. Tank Dell has fallen about a full round. Not as much as I expected. I really expected Nico and Tank to move down more, maybe about 2 rounds from where they were initially. I consider all these guys very expensive, all of them going in the top 36. Not really interested in that. And then as far as Josh Allen goes, he has fallen to the third round. He's fallen about half a round to the third round, which I really like him there. I like him in the third round. CJ Stroud has basically stayed about the same, although I really like his upside now. I do think he is a potential 40 touchdown upside, which puts him into the elite quarterback status. Still going as the QB5 at pick 51, 52, right in that range. So I haven't really been targeting him, but I think I will start targeting him because I think he's the best option on Houston right now as far as having that 40 touchdown upside, which is what you need from a pocket passing quarterback in order to be an elite option for fantasy football. So, before I'm just like, there's no way he's going to hit 40 touchdowns with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. But now with Stefon Diggs, yes, he can. He totally can do that. So anyway, I think CJ Stroud is a great pick right now, where he's going basically beginning of the 5th round. Great option, especially if you are picking early 5th. He's a really good choice there. So we'll come back when the draft starts. One person to go, and we'll see how this draft goes. All right, so the draft has started. I am going to be pick number 3. I don't know what the deal is, man. The latest I have picked in any of these drafts is 8th. I'm constantly in the first part of the draft. So anyway, obviously I'm going to have great options here for who I want to take. We are going to continue with the strategy of going with elite wide receiver options early. Really important, man. I got to say, the makeup of how many wide receivers are going off. First 3 rounds, top 36 picks, 23 are wide receivers. In the top 6 rounds, top 72 picks, 40 wide receivers come off the board. You've got to get your wide receivers early. Running backs are available later. Only 10 running backs come off in the first 3 rounds. Another 8 comes off in 4 through 6. Round 7 through 9 is a great area to pick up lots of depth at running back. 15 running backs come off in that round. So we're going to be working with this, and we're going to see what kind of team we can build. Obviously, my goal is to get myself an elite rushing quarterback in my first 4 picks. I think I can go. I don't think I can wait till 4. I think I'm going to have to take one at 3. And if it's Josh Allen, I'll be very happy with that. Oh, wait, it's my turn. Okay, you know what? I wasn't even paying attention. Let's go ahead. We're going to take Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is my guy, man. Of all the early wide receivers, I like him the best. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to regress. Justin Jefferson has problems with the quarterback position. Tyreek Hill, I do like Tyreek Hill too. I think that's a great offense, and he's going to be a great player for that offense. But those are the guys I'm focusing on. Have not really been focusing on running backs early. My last draft, I tried the robust running back strategy, and I gotta say the wide receivers were very weak as a result. So I picked first overall. I went running back in the first 3 picks. My wide receivers ended up being Amari Cooper was my 1. Jaden Reed of Green Bay was my 2. Deontay Johnson was my 3, and then I got Tyler Lockett as my 4th. Really pretty weak overall. So I want to try to improve that. And you've got to have strong wide receivers in these best ball drafts, because you do have to start 3 wide receivers each week versus only 2 running backs. Again, you can get really good running backs later. You can get yourself an RB1 in the 4th round. That's why I'm not stressed out about missing out on these early running backs. And what we will probably see here is what we've been seeing in the first round of NFL drafts. Oh my God, I just realized I didn't have my microphone in front of me here. In the first round of NFL drafts, it's going to be 4 running backs and 8 wide receivers. That's the first round. Look, you can see it. It's happening right now. This is how it goes, man. It's not as hard to get your running backs as it has been in past years. So first round was Christian McCaffrey first overall, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and then Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson at 5'6", Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs went at pick 9. Then Puka, A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson closed out the first round. Second round has started with 3 running backs: Jonathan Taylor, Kieran Williams, Saquon Barkley. This is not surprising. Let's just go and look at wide receivers. Drake London, I do very much like. Nico, I don't want anymore, and I'm not really interested in Diggs. Diggs is turning 31 this season. And so I'm not real thrilled with that. I think Chris Olave is a good choice. DJ Moore's got a rookie quarterback, so that's a negative. I think those are the 2 I'm going to look at for my wide receiver 2. Marvin Harrison comes off at 16, Drake London at 17. It's 5 picks to me. And what I'm going to do here is, after my 3rd round pick, is we'll pause between the rounds to make this draft go quicker, so we don't have to watch every single pick happen. And that'll make it an easy watch for you guys, because I don't want you to just sit there while some guy takes his full 30 seconds to make his pick. Davante Adams, again, another player that's over age 30, not really interested in those players. As there's really no upside left on them. We saw Davante Adams decline from 2022 to 2023. Now he's coming in, certainly, I don't even know if you could really say that the quarterback situation is better. I think it probably is a little bit better than it was last year. But where's the upside? Where's the upside for Davante Adams, especially taking him as a 2nd round pick? And he got basically the same volume in 2023 as he did in 2022, yet he ended up with like 300 fewer receiving yards, like half as many touchdowns. Again, it's just not a good offense. That was part of the problem. Okay, so it's 1 pick to us. So Brandon Ayuk, Mike Evans, then, of course, Chris Olave comes off. Of course he does. So all my guys are freaking gone. Are you kidding me? Okay, you know what? I'm going to go for the rookie Malik Neighbors. This guy is probably either going to the Chargers or he's going to the the Cardinals. Either one, elite wide receiver 1 potential. So now we got to wait and see what happens here. If hopefully Josh Allen does not get taken, and I'm not worried at all about Josh Allen without Stephon Diggs. First of all, whoever Buffalo drafts for a wide receiver is going to be the wide receiver 1. That's fantastic. And he still has great receivers around him. He's got Dalton Kincaid. He's got Rashid Shaheed. He's got pieces around him already. He's got Cooks. Anyway, there's still good pieces around him. They just need a wide receiver 1. They will get him in the draft. So it's back to us. And Josh Allen did make it to us. So we will take Josh Allen in the 3rd, which I like a whole lot more than having to take him in the 2nd. So we started out first 3 rounds, Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Josh Allen. That's a great start. Solid beginning for my draft. I'm going to pause the video now. We'll come back when we're within 3. We'll review and we'll see who's available and we'll take our pick at that time. All right, so since the Josh Allen pick, Nico Collins, Sam Laporta, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Waddle, Michael Pittman, DK Metcalf, then 3 running backs, Etienne, Henry, Alvin Kamara to close out the 3rd round. Patrick Mahomes opened the 4th round. That's early for Mahomes. Travis Kelce came off right after him. Okay, so Tank Dell, Amari Cooper just came off. That's kind of disappointing. I was hoping that Amari would make it to me. I do have some options here. Not sure I want to take another rookie, even though, again, pedigree, wide receiver 1. I do like Zay Flowers, but I think I'm going to go George Pickens as the clear number 1 in Pittsburgh. And then I definitely got to take a running back with my next pick. So anyway, let's continue with the 4th round. After Kelce, it was Rashee Rice, Cooper Kupp, Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson came off, 42-43, Tank Dell, Amari Cooper. Then I took George Pickens. Keenan Allen comes off at 47. We'll see how 48, what he ends up doing here. Again, it's only 3 picks back to me. Rachaad White was one of my targets for running back, so that's a shame, but it's not critical. T. Higgins comes off, 1 pick to me. I do have both Isaiah Pacheco and Joe Mixon highlighted here, so I'll get one of them. Frankly, I like them both. So let's see which way he goes. This guy has taken no running backs yet, so he might take a running back here. We'll see. James Cook, good. He didn't take mine. All right, so I'll take Pacheco as my RB1, and so that's pretty good. And again, I like to take at least one running back in these 3 rounds, in the rounds 4 through 6. Although again, just look at how many wide receivers have come up. Look at how many. It's a ton, and 40 of the top 72 picks in the first 6 rounds are wide receivers. And there are really the only good wide receivers after the first 6 rounds are going to be like the rookies. I mean, that's how picked over it is. So look, Christian Kirk, there's another good wide receiver 1. So anyway, I'm just going to pause here. We'll come back. We'll see where we're at, and we'll see who we want to take. CJ Stroud coming off at pick 53 right there. All right, so since my pick of Isaiah Pacheco, it was Christian Kirk, CJ Stroud, Mark Andrews, Trey McBride, 2 tight ends come off. Rome Odunze, another rookie wide receiver. Zay Flowers, Joe Mixon, Marquise Brown, and Kenneth Walker closed out the 5th round. Again, Pacheco, Mixon, Walker, I like all of them for this year for RB production. Starting the 6th round, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Reed, Anthony Richardson, David Montgomery goes off at 64th, and Dalton Kincaid, Kyle Pitts. Deontay Johnson comes off at 67. That's a shame. James Conner comes off. I was hoping Deontay would make it to me, but that didn't happen. I still have Chris Godwin, Joe Burrow, and Calvin Ridley is still there. I think I might take Ridley here if he makes it to me. We'll see. But again, who do I want? They both have pretty bad quarterbacks, but Ridley's going to be the one on this team. So I'm going to take him, and it'll circle around real quick. If Chris Godwin makes it to me, I think I might take Chris Godwin. As far as what running backs are around here, we got Najee Harris. I could take Najee. I can't quit that guy. But you can see the wide receivers now: Brian Thomas, the Jr., Jordan Addison, Godwin, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Christian Watson. None of these guys are great options. There's some rookies, but I might be able to get them on the next round. Let's see here. So tight ends. Kittle's still there. Oh, I gotta highlight Kittle. I don't like Kittle for regular fantasy football, but I do really, really like him for best ball. I think he's a really solid, because he's so damn volatile, but he can have these monster games. Oh, jeez. Godwin, Harris, or Kittle. I think I'm going to take Godwin here. You got Mike Evans, who's over age 30 now and is probably going to be in the decline phase of his career. So I've set up my first 7 rounds I've got Josh Allen as my quarterback. I've got Isaiah Pacheco as my RB1. But then I got Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, and Chris Godwin as my wide receivers. That's really solid. I do very much like that. It's a great core of wide receivers to bring in. Obviously, I need to move away from wide receivers a little bit here, focus on some of the other positions. Round 9, I'm going to take my tight end. Round 10, I'm going to take my QB2. So I already got those locked up. So I definitely need to take a running back on the next round. So I'm just going to pause here. We'll come back. We'll see who's available, and we'll see who we want to take. Okay, so after Chris Godwin, it was George Kittle, Adonai Mitchell, rookie wide receiver. That's early for him. Najee Harris comes off at 78. Brian Thomas, another rookie wide receiver. Jordan Addison, Evan Ingram, Christian Watson, Jacoby Myers. Wow, that's early for Jacoby Myers. Brock Bowers closed out the 7th round. 8th round begins with Jackson Smith and Jigba, DeAndre Swift, Jamison Williams, Kyler Murray, then Ramondre Stevenson, Tony Pollard. It is 3 picks to us. So we'll see who makes it to us here. I do have some running backs highlighted here. If Warren makes it to me, I'll take him. Otherwise, I'm going to take a rookie. Really just not impressed at all with the running backs in this range. Once Jaylen Warren comes off, Chubb's 28 coming back from that devastating knee injury. Eckler is not a thing anymore. Zamir White, I don't trust. So Trey Benson is kind of like the next guy on the list. I've got lots of shares of Trey Benson, but I'm kind of interested in going with Jonathan Brooks, who is a little bit later, which means I'm going to be taking him early here. We'll see if he, let's see who Clifford, the big red dog, takes. Just ran out of time. He took Warren. Okay, great. So I'm going to go with the rookie. I'm going to go with Jonathan Brooks. Oh, look at that. Torn ACL in November. Well, that's not good. Oh, boy. All right, I'm just going to go with Benson. Take Benson as my RB2. So I got Pacheco and Benson. If Benson goes to either the Chargers or Dallas, he's golden, right? He's a golden boy. So we'll have to see if that happens. Again, there's not a whole lot of rookie running backs I'm super interested in. But what we're going to do here is on the turn, we're going to look at tight ends because that's what we need now. We're going to take our tight end. Look, Njoku is still there. Goddard and Schultz. I like all 3 of these guys. If one of them makes it to me, I'll take one of them. So it looks like Njoku just came off. And again, 9th round is a great round to take your tight end 1. I think, you're getting decent enough value. You're not spending huge draft capital on the guy. And, you just want a solid producer. And so I've gotten tons of shares of Dalton Schultz, in the 9th round. I'm going to go Dallas Goedert if he makes it to me. If not, we will go. All right, look, I'll take Dallas Goedert here. All right. Rock solid player. So, he should be good. And we're going to take a total of 4 tight ends. That's been my overall goal. But again, we're taking all the tight ends after pick 10. I picked 9 for my first one, but I'll take him probably after round 15 is when I'm going to take some more tight ends. But it's just because the tight end position is loaded with guys that will be what I call 50, 505 guys, 50 catches, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Absolutely worthless for fantasy football, for regular fantasy football when you have to set your lineup. But in best ball, they're great because they only get started on the weeks when they get their touchdown. So that's what you want. You want those kind of players. All right, so I'm going to pause here. We'll come back and we'll get our quarterback 2, and then we'll circle around, probably get another running back. I'll be right back. All right, so since the Dallas Goedert pick, we've got Jordan Love, Nick Chubb, Curtis Samuel, Brian Robinson Jr., Zach Moss, Zamir White, Xavier Worthy, rookie wide receiver, Brock Purdy, Tyler Lockett closes out the 9th round. Love Tyler Lockett in the 9th round. End of the 9th round. That's fantastic. Beginning of the 10th round, Devin Singletary, Tyjae Spears, Josh Downs, Caleb Williams, Romeo Doubs, then Tua at pick 114. It's 3 picks to me. Again, this is the round when I want to get my QB2, and I do have a list right now. I've got Goff, Cousins or Stafford. I'll be happy with any of them. Dalton Schultz is still on the board. That is crazy. I don't know why he's being avoided right now. Maybe he might be falling as a result of the Diggs, as a part of the Diggs acquisition, but Schultz is still going to be valuable around the goal line, man. And I don't really have any worries with him. He's such a bargain. Geez, look at that. He's making it to this pick basically. But I'm going to work on getting another quarterback. And if I wanted to risk it, I could bypass and then take my quarterback on the next round. But I'm not, because Herbert just went off. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Goff as my 2, who I very much like. I think he's a rock solid wide receiver 2. So I got a great couple of quarterbacks right now. Very happy with that. And then I think, obviously I didn't realize that Jonathan Brooks had a torn ACL in November. That's not good. But Blake Corum's getting a lot of buzz. Jalen Wright, there's not a whole lot of rookies that I'm interested in, but rookie running backs that I'm interested in. But these guys I am. I think these are solid choices. Look, you can see Trevor Lawrence just went off. So we're having, again, 3 quarterbacks in a row. This was the time to take the quarterback. Wasn't interested at all in Trevor Lawrence. But real happy with the quarterbacks right now. That's great. Again, 10th round, great round to get your QB2. Just absolutely, just the sweet spot. And Troy Franklin comes off, wide receiver rookie, to close out the 10th round. And we'll see what happens here. Khalil Shakir. Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah, that's too bad. Well, I wasn't going to take him anyway. I got to take running backs here. So, but Khalil Shakir obviously has great for best ball. I really like him for best ball. So, that's a bummer, but we're going to get ourselves a good rookie running back right now. Kirk Cousins comes off. So look, you can see all this huge run. So the running backs on the board: Chase Brown, Jonathan Brooks, Gus Edwards, Chuba. Oh, Chuba I do like. Oh, when's my next pick? My next pick isn't until 142, right? So I would miss on Blake. But you know what? I don't think I can pass on Chuba. I got to take Chuba. All right, so I'll take Chuba as my 3rd running back. Again, running backs not very strong right now, with Isaiah Pacheco, Trey Benson, Chuba Hubbard. But on the flip side, I'm really happy with my wide receiver core. I'm really, really happy with my quarterbacks. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm going to pause. We'll go to the next round. We'll see where we're at for our 12th round pick. All right, so since Chuba Hubbard, Blake Corum comes off, Keon Coleman, Dalton Schultz, Chase Brown, Jaden Daniels, rookie quarterback, Cole Kmet, Jonathan Brooks, rookie running back, Brandon Cooks, and Gus Edwards closed out the 11th round. 12th round, Josh Palmer, TJ Hawkinson, Jerry Jeudy, Zach Charbonnet, Aaron Rodgers, Rashid Shaheed, Matthew Stafford, Darnell Mooney, almost back to me here. A bunch of guys that I was interested in that I had on my list, but we still have some players. Again, I'm going to go probably running back here on these rounds. And so Jerome Ford came off the board. Running backs, so Jalen Wright, another rookie. I really like Jaleel McLaughlin from his limited work last year. I'm not a big fan of Javonte, so he has an upside play. Marshawn Lloyd also getting some buzz here. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna take Jaleel McLaughlin here. Boy, 1 second to spare. And I'll probably take one of these rookies on the flip side. Wide receivers right now: Dontavian Wicks, Xavier Legette. These guys are both. These guys are both field stretchers. I have heard Xavier Legette to the Chiefs, which would be unbelievable. That would be really the best possible outcome there for an upside play. But Dontavian Wicks is also a big play field stretcher. These guys are fine for best ball. Again, I'm not opposed to them for best ball. Dontavian Wicks, though, only got 58 targets last year. He did turn it into 581 yards and 4 touchdowns, which is amazing. He should get a bigger role this next year. And he just went off. Well, there you go. So that takes care of that. Freiermuth came off. So I think, I'm going to take one of these guys. I'll probably take Jalen Wright here for my RB. All right, so Jalen Wright, we'll go ahead and we'll draft him. And again, like I said, if one of these guys goes to those big programs that need a running back right now, absolutely golden landing spot. So we'll see how that happens. So I've taken 3 running backs in a row: Hubbard, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Jalen Wright. So I've got myself 5 running backs now. I might take one more before the end of the draft, but right now we're going to focus on, we got to get more tight ends. We got to get one more quarterback. I think we're probably going to target 16th round for quarterback. Maybe look at some wide receivers here on the next rounds. But anyway, I'm going to pause. We'll come back. We'll see where we're at, and we'll see who we want to take. Okay, so after Jalen Wright, we have Baker Mayfield, Xavier Legette, rookie wide receiver, Marvin Mims, Ty Chandler, Tyler Algier, Quentin Johnson, Michael Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Kendry Miller closed out the 13th round. 14th round went Derek Carr, Malachi Corley, Cade Otton, Marshawn Lloyd, rookie running back, Luke Musgrave, Roman Wilson, rookie wide receiver. It's 3 picks to us. Ricky Pearsall comes off. That's a guy I liked. I was looking to target. We'll look at my board. We'll look at my board. And I've got a couple of good choices for wide receivers here. I also like Michael Mayer here, Las Vegas tight end. It's only his second year, but again, Las Vegas needs a tight end, and he did okay last year as a rookie. But look at this. I got Adam Thielen, Wan'Dale Robinson, Zay Jones here. I like all these guys for picks, and so that would further solidify the wide receiver core. Adam Thielen, obviously a little bit older, but he's a 2, and to get him at this point in the draft is pretty darn good. All these guys are 2s, obviously. Zay Jones has a really great a relationship with Trevor Lawrence. Wan'Dale Robinson was decent last year, so they're good. We also got some tight ends here who I very much like, and after this round, my next pick is at 190, so I might want to take one of these guys. But I think I'm going to start out. I think I'm going to take. I'm going to take Zay Jones, as I think he's got some serious upside for this next year. Now that Calvin Ridley is no longer on the team. Do I really want to? Do I want to go Wan'Dale Robinson, or do I maybe want to go? Because I'd love to get Hunter Henry, right? Hunter Henry, Isaiah Likely, Jonnu Smith. These guys are all really good. Michael Mayer also does have some really nice upside and could be worth it. He's going way late here. Was there some news on him that I missed? Is there some news on Michael Mayer? Shifts. Oh, well, that's from 3 months ago. IR. Well, that's not great, but it wasn't really like a devastating injury that I'm aware of. So we have Roshan Johnson, Michael Mayer, Justin Fields open the 15th round, Khalil Herbert. Now it's back to me. I really do need to take my tight end too. So you know what? I'm going to take Hunter Henry here. So we've got Dallas Goedert and Hunter Henry as our top 2 tight ends. I like that. I really like getting Zay Jones here in the 14th round. Like I said, exceptional value. I don't know if you saw when I opened up the stats box there, but the dude had 2 seasons ago, he had like 122 targets with Trevor Lawrence. And then last year he was injured a lot. He didn't play a whole lot. Calvin Ridley was there, so he was kind of bumped down, but now he's back up. Like him and Christian Kirk, I like both these guys, but just the value in the 14th round for Zay Jones here, I very much like that. So let's just pause. We'll come back in the 16th round, see where we're at, and see who we want to take. Oh, the board got away from me for just a second here. I didn't realize it was almost back to my pick here. I was just looking at players that I was interested in. So since I took Hunter Henry, Adam Thielen, Jalen Polk, Keaton Mitchell, Rico Dowdle, Elijah Mitchell, Will Levis, Jonnu Smith, Tyler Boyd, Rashawn Bateman closed out the 15th round. Now I got a bunch of guys here. I do need to take my quarterback 3. I always get 3 quarterbacks. Russell Wilson is there. Let's just go ahead and take him. So that's a great quarterback core there that I'm very happy with. I've got Alexander Mattison. I don't have any wide receivers right now, actually. I could take a tight end on this next round here. I don't need any more quarterbacks, so I can get rid of that. Also, Alexander Mattison is a guy that will not make it to my next pick if I wanted to take him. I kind of like taking Mattison as he is a rock-solid backup. And again, I do not believe in Zamir White, so I think he's going to be a sneaky pick here in the 17th round. Again, great for best ball, and I also think that I do need another running back here to kind of beef up my running back core a little bit. So Miles Sanders comes off, Zeke Elliott. Okay, so let's just go ahead. We'll take Madison. And we have how many picks to go? 3 picks to go. I'm either going to get 3 or 4 tight ends. I'm pretty happy with having both Goddard and Hunter Henry. Maybe I only go with 3 tight ends this time and just kind of beef up. There's a couple of players I like to grab at the end of drafts. But anyway, I'm going to pause. We'll come back. Oh, so let's kind of we reviewed the 15th round. 16th round came back. Juwan Johnson, Antonio Gibson, Bryce Young, Isaiah Likely, J.J. McCarthy, Demario Douglas, Bucky Irving, Noah Fant, Wan'Dale Robinson. I took Russell Wilson, Devontae Walker, Ray Davis closed out the 16th round. In the 17th round, Miles Sanders, Zeke Elliott, and then I took Alexander Mattison. Then Tyler Conklin comes off. So I'll pause. We'll come back and review for the next round of picks. Okay, so since the Alexander Mattison pick, Tyler Conklin, Audric Esteem, that's a rookie running back, Zach Ertz, J.K. Dobbins, Damian Pierce, Jalen Hyatt, Chikakonkwo, Javon Baker, rookie wide receiver, Mike Gesicki, close out the 17th round. 18th round begins with Daniel Jones, Michael Penix Jr., Tucker Kraft, A.J. Dillon, Elijah Moore, which I'm really bummed that he didn't make it to me. I was hoping I could grab him. Malik Washington, Jermaine Burton, rookie wide receiver, 2 picks to me. Again, I got a couple of really nice tight ends here. Really like Donald Parham, man. When I look at the situation in the Chargers where they basically got rid of every receiver on that team, this guy is the tight end. Obviously, they're going to bring in an elite 1, obviously, but I think the opportunity for him is great. Same with Davis Allen, who basically you have Higbee out for at least half the season, at least half. And so I think I'm going to grab Parham here unless someone else. I could also grab Kendrick Bourne. But I'm going to grab Parham for sure if he doesn't get taken on this by Clifford, the big red dog. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But great upside for Parham here. At this point in the draft, I mean, this is amazing. So he should get a nice boost. You know, Everett is gone. Everett's gone. Keenan Allen's gone. Mike Williams is gone. And why am I drawing a blank on his name? I don't even think about the guy anymore because he's not relevant for football anymore. But you know, everybody is gone from the Chargers. And so he's like one of the only guys left. It's crazy. So get him in the 18th round. I love that. So he's my 3rd tight end. I'm thinking maybe I don't need to grab 4. You know, if I can grab these other guys, we'll see if Kendrick Bourne makes it back to me. I could take Kendrick Bourne, and then what I always do is I just close it out with a legacy player, Frank Gore, Brendan Rice. I like grabbing one of those 2 guys at the end of the draft. Whichever one's available is usually what I do. But it's 2 picks to me now, and we'll see what happens there. But I've got decent choices here, and some of these guys should make it back to me. At least one. We'll see. So I could take, I could take Davis Allen as my 4th tight end. I don't really want that. I think I'll take Bourne. And then hopefully Gore or Rice will make it back, although both these guys kind of low probability. Frank Gore more than Rice, but I think that's a good way to go. And again, real solid wide receiver core on this team. So yeah, all right. So I'll go ahead. Let me just make sure there's no one else I'm really interested in. Rondell Moore, Trey Palmer, Treylon Burks, Mingo, Josh Reynolds. All right. Yeah, I'm going to take Bourne. All right. And so what we'll do is we'll just pause. We'll review the team at the end after my final pick and do that. All right. So the draft is done. So I ended up with 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 8 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. That's a pretty good mix. I'm comfortable with the 3 tight ends. I like to go 4 usually, but I'm going to take 3. I think it's fine. Quarterbacks, top notch, man. Josh Allen is my 1. Jared Goff is my 2. Russell Wilson is my 3. Solid. 3rd round, 10th round, 16th round. Just perfect. Very happy with that. Running backs, interesting mix here, and it's not as strong as I like it to be, but there is some upside here. I very much like Isaiah Pacheco. I think Trey Benson has tremendous upside depending on where he gets drafted to. Chuba Hubbard, rock solid, man. I think he's great. He completely displaced last year Miles Sanders, who just completely displaced him, kept him off the field, and just played better than him, got a ton of volume. Carolina should be better this year too, so that should help. But if you're getting all the work, you're productive for fantasy. Jaleel McLaughlin, I like him as an upside play because I don't really believe in Javonte Williams. Javonte, it's kind of a do-or-die season for him. He just has not been impressive. He did not look good last year after coming back from that injury. Jalen Wright, another rookie who, again, high potential to go to a high-value start somewhere. And then Alexander Mattison, who I think is great because, again, I don't have a lot of faith in the RB1. Zamir White, I think he's just a fake starter. So I don't really like those running backs that come on right at the end of the prior season. People tend to overvalue them. That's what I've always tended to do for years. And I'm just looking at this. I'm like, the dude was good for 4 games. And now we're supposed to believe he's the starter. I don't believe it. I believe that Alexander Madison's going to have a role there, so he should be good. Great value at pick 207. So I love that. Wide receivers, obviously the strength of this team. I looked at what I did on the board. I drafted 6 of these guys by round 7 or round. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, I drafted 5 guys by round 7, and then I drafted these other guys after round 14. So anyway. Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, the rookie, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, all 1s. So that's great. I got 4 wide receiver 1s on their teams. I got Chris Godwin, who I think is going to be a nice bounce back candidate for this year. Wide receiver 2. Zay Jones, solid wide receiver 2 with a good relationship with Trevor Lawrence. Kendrick Bourne, again, New England. It's a big mystery as to who's going to emerge. He certainly could be someone that gets more volume with the new rookie quarterback coming in. And then I saw here right at the end, Josh Reynolds was available. That's who I took with my last pick. Obviously he was great at Detroit, which was a high-powered offense. Denver's not going to be a high-powered offense, but again, they got rid of Jerry Jeudy. I think he can really establish a nice role there. We'll see what happens. Again, he was my 20th round pick, so if he doesn't work out, who cares? And then finally, my tight ends, Dallas Goedert, Hunter Henry, Donald Parham Jr. I really like that tight end core. Even so, I think I really would have preferred to have Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is getting depressed on the draft board right now. Again, he went in the 11th round. I really like him as an 11th round pick if I could get him. But I think this is a really good, solid tight end core. Definitely some touchdown potential from all these guys. So that's what you want. And hopefully it'll be pretty good. So anyway, what do you think of this draft? Thank you for sticking it out through this whole thing, this big, long video. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think of these picks. Where did I make a mistake? Who should I have taken instead of such and such a guy? Please let me know. If you haven't done so already, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be coming at you with more of these later on. And so thanks for watching. Have a great day.